Is it already on?
Yeah. It's on.
It's on Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even rhyme. You know what I've noticed? Other podcasts don't bang their knees on this much furniture, but they have desks and stuff.
Maybe
so what's the deal?
I think it's you, bro.
No, because your titty hits the microphone almost every single episode. What's the problem with our gear? I just need to watch some videos of like some live recordings and see what we're doing wrong.
I mean, maybe we just...
I've got a blanket on the table. I've got dirty rags tied to all the microphone stuff.
Maybe they just edit it out.
Maybe we're just bad at editing.
Maybe we just jump around like monkeys. Why is my titty hitting the microphone?
You're always adjusting yourself. You're just always like, boom, and then it like whacks the microphone. Yeah. Had to edit out 3 of them on the last one.
They're powerful.
I'm Rel.
I'm Tamara.
And that's my husband texting me.
Phone's on silent.
But I need to know when he's home so I can stop the dogs from screaming. And this is Fearful Friends Podcast.
Yes.
We're missing one thing.
Thank you. Oh, did I do a good job? I felt like that was really good.
Well, when you remembered what you were doing, you did great.
Thank you.
It's the pregnancy brain already.
Yeah. How's
everything going with that?
It's great. I'm at 12 weeks.
Woo!
I only cried once today.
That's good. Me too.
So,
what was your reason for crying? I'll tell you mine for yours.
Okay. I was just very frustrated at work with, the dumb old lady that I work with.
Oh, still?
Yeah.
With the where's the pens?
Yeah.
Did she lose another pen?
She's lost everything. And I'm training this poor teller, this like brand new part-time teller for another branch.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to like deal with me getting so frustrated with this lady. And I'm like, God damn it. How does she even make it out of her front door in the morning without calling me and asking me how to fucking do it?
And she's probably like, wow, I don't know why Tamara's so hostile. My trainer is creating a toxic workplace. She's really not that bad.
God, I could cut her.
Well, just take a deep breath. It's going to be a lot harder the more pregnant you get. So, I'm worried about that lady. Maybe we should request a temporary transfer for her.
Gonna transfer her.
It's good for her life to leave this building for a while.
Yeah.
Specifically 6 more months.
Okay, why did you cry?
I got covered in watermelon juice at 5 a.m. It was actually 5:05. I had just fucking got to work. I opened the doors. My truck was coming in. I had to clean up the back room so that they could park the pallets. And then some fuckwad from the produce department left a box of rotten watermelon on one of the pallets. And I went to go pick it up and it just went whoosh, and the whole bottom of the box went all fucking over me. So I spent the entire day in an 85-degree back room, sweating my ass off, sticky, smelling like rotten watermelon. And at 7:15, I had to answer to the door to a coworker at the back door and receiving, crying in her car. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, it's 9/11. And I'm like, okay, all right. Are you okay? Were you in the plane? What's going on? And she's like, well, I had a friend who was there. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Well, she lived. And I'm like, why are you crying then? It's just too early for all of that. That's my story.
Okay.
People are just too much.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. I know. Like, what the fuck is this? What, do we have church bells in this room? What's going on? I barely touched the table.
You're just so animated. You need to put you in like a straitjacket when you record.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I
Or
can't stop
strap you
moving.
to a gurney or something.
I'm very handsy.
Yeah, you are.
The best way. But yeah, that's just too much to deal with that early in the morning.
Mhm.
I can't. I know I'm like one of those people. Like I'm sure somebody else is just like it's 5:30 a.m. and she's screaming in the back room. But like, come on. Come on.
It's different when it's coming from you.
Is it? I'm
Yeah.
sure they're sick of walking in the back room and hearing me scream about watermelons.
But you're not sick of it. You have a valid
I'm never
reason.
sick of me screaming.
Yeah, there you go.
I love the sound of my own voice.
There you
I
go.
hear it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We got pumpkins in today.
Yes. So did Rich, and he brought one home to Emmy.
Oh, how much
Yeah.
was it?
No idea.
I have no idea how much ours are either.
I don't ask questions
No,
about money. I'm just
take
a
what you can get.
dumb little lady.
I'm not allowed to hold the wallet.
I really wish, honestly. I'm sick of having to deal with the money.
You don't. Don't you make him pay the bills?
Most of them.
I was gonna say
I have to pay.
You used to pay all of our bills, right?
I
When we
know.
lived together. And now you're so hands off, it stresses me out.
I'm stressed with the two I have to pay. Like
What are the 2 bills you have to pay?
rent and my car. I have to pay for my car. I have to pay for insurance. I have to pay for gas.
That's more than 2.
Groceries.
Okay.
I do have to ask for money for those
What was
things.
that?
And my glasses, man.
Your glasses hit. I'm leaving all of these in.
okay.
I want everyone to know.
How clumsy we are.
I'm leaving it in. It takes me too long to edit them out.
But how easy would it be to just,
To just be rich and
No.
have everything automatically taken out of all your accounts?
just
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to have my paychecks go to Rich. All of my bills come out of his account. I don't have to think about it. He handles everything. And then he just like, anytime I want anything, he just gives me money or pays for it.
That must be how Matt feels. Ask him. I'm sure it feels great.
Seriously, put me on an allowance. I don't want to think about money. I'm over it.
You know how you get an allowance? Divorce your husband. And then you get alimony.
He does make more money than me.
Yeah. You could totally get child support or something.
Yeah. Divorce my husband.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I just got to put it on the record that I am joking.
I feel like divorces are expensive.
Divorces are expensive and not worth it because you spent all that money to get married.
Yeah.
I was
know.
just watching that episode of Dexter where he like kills that guy who like killed his wife, and he's just like, "Why'd you do it? Why'd you kill your wife?" And he's like, "Do you know how expensive divorce is?" And he's just like, "Really?" Just like, God, I love Dexter. Like, you couldn't give me anything better than it's expensive to get divorced.
Sometimes she snores at night.
Just like, come up with anything. Like, she killed my cat. I don't know. No, it's expensive.
Oh, goodness. I cannot believe that it's September 11th, which means, remember when I did the story about the fake September 11th? That was a year ago. So we have definitely been recording for more than a year, and somehow we missed our year.
Well, we knew that we were recording for over a year. We actually talked about it in one of our episodes,
I
but
know.
I don't remember. We were supposed to look up the day that we first posted an episode, which actually is probably right around this time because there's 52 weeks in a year, right? And we're on like episode 55 or something.
Okay.
So we just missed our year anniversary.
Woo!
Happy anniversary to us.
Yeah.
My nose is already running. Mazel.
Well, are you ready for my story?
Fuck yeah, I am, dude.
We are on a Tamara binge.
We're on a Tamara binge. We made a bargain. We shook hands on it.
Mm-hmm. Did we?
Metaphorically.
Oh, okay.
No. But now I've got shaking hands in my head from our little chat earlier.
Yeah.
And until Tamara gets her laptop fixed, I guess she's going to be doing all the stories and I'm going to be doing the editing, which is fine because I get stressed when I have to do a story. Although I do have a good idea for one.
Good.
I
I'm
thought
afraid.
about working on it yesterday, and I was like, no, Rel, don't trouble your little brain.
I'm so afraid that I'm going to start a story and you're going to be like, I've already done this.
You never have to worry about that because I will never like pre-plan a story.
No, it's already been released. We've already had the conversation released.
Oh,
And I'm just like,
and you wouldn't remember? You really think you wouldn't remember? Granted, like, I don't remember what we recorded last week. So it is possible that Angel Makers?
no.
That was weeks ago.
Yeah.
What the fuck did we record last week?
I have to
It was a
adjust.
good one. I remember cackling while I was editing the episode.
I laugh so hard listening to our episodes. Like, we're fucking brilliant.
We're so funny. Someone put us on TV.
I call my sister and I'm like, are we really this funny? Like, am I that funny?
Or is
She's
it
like,
just me?
no.
Oh, she said no. Now my
She's
feelings
like,
are hurt.
you're funny, but I don't laugh out loud. But
Damn.
I'm ready to start my story.
Yeah.
It is the birth of the term Stockholm Syndrome. Why are your eyes crossed?
They're not crossed. I was just staring
You
ahead.
definitely went cross-eyed for a second there. You went,
Because I was just thinking. Are we going to talk about Patty Hearst?
no.
Okay. That's the only place I know Stockholm Syndrome from.
Okay. I don't know who Patty Hearst is.
Wow. She's like the most famous case of Stockholm Syndrome. Sorry.
Well,
There's the table again.
it's like you're new to having legs.
I'm just so hot and itchy.
She just scratched her ass.
I'm wearing shorts, sitting on a faux leather chair. My butt is so sweaty and itchy. I'm ready.
Okay.
Sorry.
Whew. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to be like, what is that?
Okay. Stockholm Syndrome is a psychological response to being held captive. And that's it.
Thank you. This concludes our episode on what the definition of Stockholm Syndrome is. So we've learned two things, that it's a syndrome and that Patty Hearst is the most famous case.
Yes.
Stockholm Syndrome.
I would think that this is the most famous case, but
What is this? Are you going to tell me a specific case?
yes.
Oh, good. So it's not just a
Good.
dictionary definition. Sorry. Is that what I said? This is only my second glass of wine.
Okay, so this isn't an actual like syndrome, or like a real like psychological problem.
Is it
it's not like a
not, though?
medical condition.
I thought it was, though, like a psychological condition.
It's a psychological response.
What's the
It's
difference?
not like a condition or a sickness or like like PTSD.
It's I thought it was like along the same lines as like Munchausen by proxy, where it's not like you're not born with it, but it's something that you like learn along the way. Did I just sound so dumb?
You sounded so smart.
Oh,
It's something where it's like, to me, it's like something that develops in order to survive.
Okay, yeah, it
And-
protects your brain.
Yeah. And protects, or your brain protecting your body,
Yeah.
and it's like different things. Or it could be like, trauma bonding, or like you're like the onset of PTSD because of the situation that you're in, and like, this is what happens, or you're trying to save yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of different things, and it's kind of, I feel like it's like an umbrella term now.
Okay.
So on August 23rd, 1973, a man in a woman's curly wig, blue sunglasses, bright red blush, and a dyed black mustache.
Wow, that's a lot to picture. Why am I picturing the lead singer of Queen? What's his name?
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He walked into a bank in Stockholm, Sweden, shortly after opening and fired a submarine gun. Not submarine.
Submachine.
Submarine sandwich.
He fired up a sub sandwich.
Gosh.
We're doing great.
A submachine gun into the ceiling and yelled in English, the party starts or let the games begin.
I thought you were going to say, the party don't start till I walk in.
I wish someone would do that at my bank.
Oh, don't try me. I will. I have actually been singing that song all day, and I don't fucking know why, but I think it was in preparation for this moment.
Okay, good, yeah. Yeah. So let the games begin or the party starts.
Okay, and he said it in English. Do they not speak English? Where are they? Sweden?
Sweden.
Okay.
What language do they speak in Sweden, Rel?
Swiss? Is that a language? Oh, Swedish. Is Swedish a language? Or is that
No,
just
you're
a
thinking
people?
of fish.
I'm always thinking of Swedish fish. Don't change the subject.
Danish?
No, Swedish.
Yeah, Danish and Denmark.
You know what? You didn't come here for
Anything.
geography facts or culture or diverse languages.
Yeah.
We're just people. We're just giving you the facts. He said it in English. We don't know what the native language is,
No.
but we're assuming from context that it's not English.
No, it's not. It's probably Swedish. We could Google it. We could find
No,
out.
it's so much work.
It's funner this way. The man holding up this bank was Jan Erik Olsen, a career criminal and a master safecracker.
If he's a master safecracker, why is he like busting out the guns in a bank? Couldn't he just do it quietly?
Well, because he wanted a lot of money. He demanded two things when he entered the bank that day. He wanted 3 million Swedish kroner, which in today's money in US dollars would be $380,000. And then he wanted a past fellow inmate friend named Clark Olofsson, who was also a career criminal released from jail.
Oh.
So he wants his friend released and he wants 3 million kroner.
This story sounds familiar.
It's a good one.
Does it end up getting cheeseburgery in like the middle of the story? Like they're like, well, we can't release your friend from prison, but we can get you some cheeseburgers. No, I must be thinking of an episode of Bob's Burgers.
You're such a silly,
Sorry.
goofy mood. So that's the motivation behind the robbery. To get his bestie out of jail. Get
I
some
would do the
money,
same.
and they're going to go out on the run.
They're going to be Thelma and Louise.
Yeah.
Aww. With his long, curly black hair and his blush on his cheeks.
Jan and Clark cooked up the whole idea, knowing Jan was about to be released. Why Jan would risk this? He was literally in jail before for robbing a bank. So they come up with this plan. Hey, you're going to be released. Go rob this bank. It's this. Why? To get your friend out?
I got this. I'm going to wear makeup.
Yeah.
They'll never know.
It's going to work this time. So police were on the scene very quickly after the first shot was fired. Everyone thought this would be over quickly and police would have it handled. But Jan had other plans.
Also, really quick, how the fuck did he get a submachine gun? Isn't that like an army thing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That just doesn't seem like somebody would like a civilian would have that, let alone a Swedish
He's
person.
a criminal.
Okay, that's fair.
He's got
All
an
right.
arms
He's
dealer.
like the Terminator. Got an arms dealer.
Okay.
Oh. Leaving that in. I'm gonna leave it in. That was my hand. I had to itch my face.
And punch the microphone.
It was an accident.
When police were close to the building, he shot towards him, hitting one officer in the hand. They retreat, realizing how armed this man was and that he was not afraid to retaliate.
Sorry.
Are you making fun of the police?
No, they're like going all in and they're like, wow, he's really armed.
He hit me in the hand.
He's like extra armed. We should probably back up, right, guys?
This guy's like serious about this.
I thought he just had like one banana. I didn't know he had some machine
I
gun.
thought he had a submarine sandwich.
Okay, we're being ridiculous.
Jan orders one of the bank employees named Bo Nielsen to tie up 4 of the female employees to take as hostage.
Specifically female?
Yes.
Like, were there male employees? And they
Yes.
chose the females?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like that.
Jan then tells Bo to go out to the police and tell them he wants to speak with someone of authority. He wants to speak directly to the police.
I want to talk to your manager.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Jan released this man who relays the message to police, and they decide, we'll work with him.
Give him some cheeseburgers.
On this, and we'll negotiate for the hostages.
Okay.
The police then tell Bo to go back in and tell Jan that they've agreed to negotiate. And he's like, fuck you.
You want me to go back in there? I just got out of there.
Well, he said, why the fuck would I go in there?
Can't you just like put a note on a remote control car and just roll it in or something?
Yeah, he like, the robbers literally release him, and the police were like, cool, go back in there. Let him know.
Yeah. Be our eyes on the inside.
And then they were like, oh, no, you're right. You know, that makes sense. Yeah. You're right.
Good. So they realized
Yeah.
that was a really dumb idea.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Jan has 3 women.
All right.
It's,
3.
Brigitte, Elizabeth, and Kristen.
Okay.
He specifically chose these women because he thought the police would hesitate to shoot towards these young, beautiful women.
Versus men.
Yeah. They would just
Okay.
be better hostages to negotiate for.
Rude.
Yeah.
To the men.
He said they were beautiful.
I know, but then you're just like, these dudes, they're chumps. These cops would shoot them in a minute.
Yeah.
That's rude.
He took the tied up women and put them in the large bank vault to make sure they were away from police fire, but also that it would make harder for them to escape.
Smart.
Jan made sure to keep up with speaking English the whole time to conceal his identity. Both the hostages and police assumed he was an English terrorist. He was an English terrorist, but they could not figure out who he was, even though he had just been released from jail after a bank robbery.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I don't know who this guy is.
He's in a disguise.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, it's Freddie Mercury. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down.
So this becomes a media frenzy. The story grew worldwide. Everyone was watching.
Okay.
In a controversial move, police decide to release Clark from jail.
They complied with the terrorist?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But not only that, they delivered Clark to Jan at the bank. And they said, go ahead and get in there.
Okay. That's a bold choice.
He didn't ask for that. He just
Did he
wanted
not want to go in?
He just wanted... Jan didn't ask for it. Jan asked for his friend to be released from jail. He didn't say, bring me my friend.
Bring him to me.
Yeah. So now there are 2 men holding these women hostage. 2 criminals. They're just like, here's another one for
And
you.
he's like, what are you doing here? I just got you out of jail. Now we're going to go back to jail. And he's like, I was just following orders.
Just telling me what to do. Police did tell Clark before they sent him inside the bank that this was his chance to do a good deed.
Aw.
They wanted Clark to convince Jan to release the women and have Jan surrender.
What was Jan or Clark in prison for? The same thing?
Everything. He was just like a career criminal.
Okay.
He did like a whole
I
bunch
didn't know
of
if he
stuff.
had worked with Jan on the burglary before or the robbery. Okay.
They met in jail.
Aw, besties.
Yeah. So that's what criminals do. They just want to do good deeds, you know, for the
That's
police.
how they get there. Yep.
So at this point, they still don't know who Jan was, and therefore they didn't know Jan and Clark were friends.
They didn't question why Jan specifically wanted this person released from jail.
Okay. No question as
They
to
dumb.
why he wanted this like random criminal. So they're not putting any pieces together. I don't think they're even trying.
It doesn't
So
sound like it.
This is just the beginning of the bumbling by the police department.
I love a bumbly police department.
Yeah.
Not for the victims, but it
No.
makes for a good story.
So Clark walked in and convinced Jan to surrender and release the hostages. End of story.
Liar.
Not. Clark thought this is a great way to get some random money and disappear.
He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm. So people all over the world watched as police released a violent criminal into the bank to join Jan and the three women. Clark's presence did calm Jan down.
Oh.
Clark convinced Jan to untie the women, and he told them they were all safe and they would go unharmed as soon as this little situation was over.
How do they expect it to end?
With police giving in to their negotiations and giving them their money.
I mean, they did let the guy out of prison.
Yeah.
So. They're in a bank, though. Why are you asking the cops for money?
Because
they're just like, can you let us keep this money that we were going to steal?
They don't have $3 million there.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, coming from someone who works at a bank. Yeah, but this was the 70s. Maybe they did back then.
That's even less money.
Okay.
So Clark actually told the women to go eat some of the food the police had given to Clark to bring in, and he asked them to call their families to tell them that they're okay.
Aww.
So Brigitta's family didn't answer, and Clark told her, "Don't worry, you can try again in a few minutes." Like, she was very upset.
Yeah.
So Clark's there comforting them while the police outside had no idea what to do.
So he's giving them the Stockholm Syndrome because they're like, he is an ally, even though he's my captor.
Mm-hmm. They did not offer to contact the women's family. Some of the families didn't even know they were being held hostage until they got that call.
Good God.
Yeah. Police made no attempt to contact any of their relatives. So at this point, they're about 6 hours into the robbery. Clark is walking around the bank when he finds another employee who had been hiding.
Could you imagine hiding for 6 hours and not trying to make a run for it or anything?
No, my stomach would be growling so loud.
Just like, I have to pee. And if I pee here, they're going to smell it.
So this employee is a man named Sven. When he heard Jan come into the bank and start firing, he decided to hide until help arrived. Quickly, he realized help wasn't coming to save them.
Only more criminals.
And it turned into a standoff.
I do love how he remained hidden though.
When Clark saw Sven, he kindly said, "Oh, you must be hungry." And then he walked him into the vault with everyone else and instructed Jan to be kind to him.
Oh, I like Clark. Oh my God, am I getting Stockholm Syndrome?
Clark is fucking fine.
Oh, is he hot?
I have to show you a
Okay.
picture.
Well, I was going to say I can look it up when you're done.
Well, it's in one particular picture. He's a bad boy.
Would you be all Stockholmed about it? Okay. I mean, I don't like the hair lip, but everything else is okay. He does look like a bad boy. He's got some darkness in his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's stop. Stop it.
No, you stop. Give me the heaves.
Clark's kindness is winning over the hostages and making them trust him.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, if he was actually kind,
he would let them out.
And respectful, and he actually cared, he had the power to end this.
Yes. Yeah. Like
Instead
the cops
of
wanted them to.
feeding them.
Well, maybe he was scared of Jan.
I think that he could have disarmed Jan and ended it. Yeah.
Jan had a submachine gun. Clark had 0 weapons. He had bagels for weapons.
Yeah. But I think Clark kind of takes charge of Jan.
Oh, does he? Is he the leader?
It feels that way.
Okay.
I don't know.
Or maybe we're just paying more attention to Clark because he's got bad boy eyes.
Jan also didn't know about Sven, so Clark could have easily let Sven go without risking Jan getting angry or anything. Like, he could have just let him walk out. Because
they're going to hear the bell ring when the door opens, though.
So the police were in the bank. This is like a huge bank, I have to assume. And every time
spilled my wine.
That goddamn Windows alert every
what
time.
Is that?
Don't know. What was I saying?
It's a big bank, you said.
So they have like sharpshooters in like the front or like the lobby area.
Cops do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I just have to envision that this bank is so big that it's
they
like
need to have snipers all over the place.
Yeah. Like that Sven couldn't get out himself without risking, even though police were kind of in the building.
There's probably like one door. Yeah. One door in, one door out.
Who knows?
And like, I'm sure that what Jan and Clark were patrolling. Yeah. Just to keep an eye on the situation.
But yeah, so Clark kept a now fourth victim to use as more leverage against the police. So 6 days in total go by.
What? Where are they Oh, I guess they have bathrooms in there.
Well,
where are they pooping?
They're pooping in the vault. They're stuck in the vault.
He won't let them out to use the bathroom? So he's not that good of a guy. Are they wiping their butt with money?
Maybe.
Ugh. What if Cronins or whatever are all coins? You gotta scrape it off like pita chips and hummus.
Ew!
Sorry.
So days are going by, like just failed negotiations. Nothing's happening. Police still have no idea of Jan's identity.
Also, nobody's showering.
Yeah.
6 days without a shower.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it reeks in there.
They somehow come to the conclusion that he is a man named Kaj, who's like some criminal.
So no. He's not.
No,
How did they come to this conclusion?
We don't know.
I don't even think they know.
Okay. Police decide to send Kaj's 17-year-old brother and the brother's friend inside the bank to reason with his, quote, brother.
They're like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Even if this man Kaj was in the bank, why would you send children in?
Well, 17. I mean, what?
I'm
like,
still a child.
Technically, he's a child, but
okay. Like, where's this child's parents?
Probably
making criminals, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, so the boys make their way into the bank, and Jan shoots at the two boys.
What?
Luckily, they're very minorly injured and turn and head back out to the police, where they're quickly treated and report that the man is not Kaj.
That's not Kaj. That's not Kaj. He shot me.
Fuck that is. So what do the police do? They tell him to try again.
Okay.
And Jan shoots at them again.
Who on earth put these policemen in charge?
The Prime Minister.
Not good. Mm-hmm. Not good.
Clark screams at the two boys and police, saying, "Stay back. Can't you tell he's serious?" Jan yells to the police that there is nobody in the bank named Kaj and the boys need to leave. Police realize that they have put two children in harm's way.
You mean this after the second time they sent them in after they got shot?
Yeah. And they somehow managed to keep those details out of the media.
Which is wild because you can hear gunshots and screaming.
Yeah. So during this very long standoff, police have attempted to move their units inside the bank, but have to retreat each time. So I guess they're going in and out, and each time they get closer, Jan starts shooting at them.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
The hostages at this point just believe the police are putting them in danger. Every time they do that.
Yeah, because like the closer that they get, the more erratic he's going to act.
Exactly, yeah. Sorry. And so each time that they enter or try to get closer, like gunfire from both sides starts, and so they're basically in the line of fire because they're there with Jan, who the police are shooting back at. So yeah, they're just, the hostages are like, what the why are you doing this? Jan gets more and more nervous each time they try to enter the bank and threatens to hurt one of the hostages if police don't meet his demand for money. So the police know he means business.
No, oh, now they know.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
He told the hostages he would not
Like a mortar and pestle?
No.
I will not grind them into a fine powder.
Mortally? What is the word?
Mortally. Yeah. He's not going to mortally wound them.
Okay. He's not going to
We're doing great.
He's not going to kill him, okay? But he's just going to hurt them to prove a point.
I'm not going to kill him. I'm just going to stab him a little bit.
Shoot you in the foot.
Oh, yeah, they don't have stabbies.
It's like Megan the Stallion. You'll be famous.
Did she get shot in the foot?
Yes. Yes, she did.
Oh, I don't even know who that is. So.
Okay. Clark said if it had to be done, Sven should be who they shoot. Sven,
what the fuck? Cop said that?
No. Clark said that.
Oh.
He's like, if you're gonna injure anyone,
if I thought you were telling me that the cops were just like, if they need to kill anybody, make it that fucking Sven guy that's hiding under the desk, shitting all over the place.
Sven accepts this and agrees with Clark. He's like, yeah, don't shoot the women, shoot me.
So he's done hiding for realsies. Yes. Cool.
They tell police their plan to injure one of the hostages if police do not give in. They also tell police they will be taking 2 of the women with them when they escape to ensure their safety while trying to get away from the bank and flee town.
What's going to happen with the other one?
Who knows?
Just going to leave her there?
And then she'll get out once they leave.
How do they choose the woman? Is it rock, paper, scissors?
I like cutest.
Draw straws. Yeah, but cuteness is like subjective.
Well, yeah, subjective to them. They get to decide.
Yeah, but what could be his yum is the other one's yuck.
Look, that's why they get 1 each.
Oh, could you imagine being the girl that's not picked? That's mean. I'd be like, oh, I mean, like, I guess I'm okay, but like, gonna need some therapy now.
This situation really sucks.
Because I'm not as hot as I thought I was.
Authorities refuse to negotiate. Of course.
Oh, now they don't want to negotiate after they released a prisoner from jail?
Exactly, yep.
What on earth?
Another morning of the standoff comes, and police demand to see the hostages to make sure they're safe and, like, alive, basically.
Okay.
And they are shocked to see the women were in good condition, but angrily glaring at the police. Kristen said she didn't understand why the police wouldn't just let Clark and Jan leave with 2 hostages and just end the whole ordeal.
Yeah. I mean, like, there is a chance that they could get out of the next situation.
And they're not, like, dangerous criminals. They hadn't, like, harmed anyone.
They didn't lay a
killed.
finger on a hair.
They were stealing and you know.
They just wanted money.
Robbing banks. They're not, like, anyway.
I mean, they did shoot that one random 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
On the phone to reporters, Kristen said she trusted Clark and Jan, and if police would just give in to their demands, they would all be much safer.
How did she get a phone to the reporters?
They just called them.
They just called them?
Called the news station. They called 411.
The hostages were just like, hey, can I talk to a journalist, please?
Yeah, they called 411. They're like, can I have News Channel 12, please?
Okay. Is that a normal thing?
Guess. I mean, it's the 70s.
I mean,
You
yeah, I
call
guess
a
you don't trust the police at this point.
Yeah.
So
You
you're like,
call
I
a
need to
radio
tell
station.
someone about my
Like,
experience.
There's like 24-hour coverage on this. It's like all over the radio. TVs are a thing.
Wild.
She also said she was very angry at police for continually engaging with Jan in open fire, putting all the hostages at risk.
Yeah.
And she told reporters that police refused to speak with her, which shocked her as well as the public when they heard this.
Why
so they would talk
to her
because they would talk to the.
Because she's a woman.
Right. They would talk to
Sexist
Jan and Clark,
pigs.
but they wouldn't talk to the hostages.
No.
What Kristen didn't know is before Clark went inside the bank, he told police not to speak with any of the hostages. He told them too many people speaking with police would get Jan worked up and nervous, and he wanted to keep Jan calm.
He's like kind of smart.
Yeah.
Like he knows how this guy's going to react.
Exactly. He's manipulating both sides.
Yeah.
All the hostages felt like the police did not value their lives enough to pay the ransom. They had given in and let Clark out of jail, but refused to give in to the rest of the demands Jan made. Meanwhile, Clark has been making calls from inside the bank to media outlets. Clark is a very well-known criminal and kind of given the respect of like a Robin Hood type.
Steal from the rich, give to the poor.
I guess.
Give to himself.
Yeah. So he frames the story of this robbery as standing up to big banks and their greed. And so this is the type of article that the media begins to publish kind of in his favor with his story.
Right.
At this point, Jan and Clark know that if they leave the bank without two of the women, they will be immediately caught and sent back to jail. But police know they cannot risk letting two criminals take the women and flee with them.
So, but what's the fucking alternative? A shootout where they might die.
Or listen to the hostages who say that they want to go with them. Yeah. However, police are the ones who expose them to the second criminal by adding Clark to the situation, so the public is not happy with the current state of the situation. Clark then reached out to the Prime Minister.
How?
He called him.
He just looked in a phone book.
Well,
yes, Prime Minister. There it is.
They're just best buds, and they like have each other's phone numbers.
You remember me, Clark? Yeah, you put me away. I got a favor to ask.
Yeah. Clark was actually caught stealing grapes from the Prime Minister at some point, and
Is
so
that what
like
he was in jail for?
not at that point, but there was one of his in the past. And
Oh.
so they just had like a rapport. He's like, dude, you stole my grapes.
When you steal food, that makes me very sad.
Yeah. So yeah, they're besties.
Okay.
Kristen gets on the phone with the Prime Minister and yells at him, basically criticizes
Hey,
him
Kristen!
for, quote, playing chess with their lives. After he tries to defend the decisions he and the police have made, she says she now sees the police as the enemy for putting them all in danger and failing to save them. So this conversation went on for like 40 minutes between her and the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And it was all recorded.
Did you listen to it?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
The Prime Minister told her, quote, would it not feel good to die at your post?
Are you kidding me? She's not a fucking cop.
No. She's a bank teller.
Banker.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine somebody just being like, "Oh, like you're gonna die here, and you should be proud.
Yeah.
You should be proud to die in the place that you barely make a livable wage."
Yeah.
Like what?
So the Prime Minister denies ever saying this. Kristen insists he said it, and that
But it's recorded.
Part of the recording was edited out.
Fuck off.
And apparently nobody denies that there were parts of the conversation cut out. Nobody denied
Who
that.
cut them out?
I don't know.
Ugh,
Would it not feel good to die at your post?
that's fucked up.
The edited recording was quickly released to the public, and Kristen's mom called Kristen in the vault to scold her for yelling at the Prime Minister.
Are you kidding me?
Mom!
She's a hostage.
I know.
Okay, I'm getting so mad at
I
all of these
know.
people being
I
so fucking
know.
stupid.
Now the hostages feel like nobody's on their side
No.
except for Clark, who's just manipulating them as well. They
Yeah.
don't realize it. So, as I say, this had gone on for days.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're at like a week at this point.
Kaj contacted police to confirm he was in fact not the one trying to rob this bank. Clearly pissed that they sent his little brother into a hostage situation, and they plastered his name and face.
Yeah. He's like, get my name out your mouth.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah. Saying he's the one executing this crime.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They put his name in the news without even knowing for sure.
Yeah, like, what was your evidence?
Apparently they thought they had enough to send his fucking like brother in or whatever.
So the hostages and their captors continue to like bond in this situation, which plays a huge role in the psychological study after. Every detail was scrutinized. So after the situation, like after everything ended, when they found a tissue with semen on it in the vault,
Ew.
they questioned all the women, and one of
Why?
them admitted that they kissed Jan and told him to, quote, take care of himself in order to relieve his tension. So clearly this was like to win over her captor and to keep herself safe, like a survival tactic.
Did she just like watch him jerk off?
I guess they all did.
They all did.
I don't know. He's like in the corner.
Okay.
But police
Poor guy.
insist that she admit that she had been assaulted, and told her they knew it was just she was just too embarrassed to admit it.
What do you think about that?
I think.
Do you think any of them laid a finger on those girls?
No.
Okay. 'Cause it's not impossible to just like, come and wipe it with a tissue,
No, I don't think that they assaulted any of them.
That's weird to jerk off though in front of the girls.
I have to assume it's a big vault.
I'm picturing like
There is a
something
picture.
smaller than this room.
There's a picture. Hold on.
And I know that they've been in there for like a week, but like you can't control yourself for a week. You got cum brain after a week? You have to have release or you go crazy?
Okay, so here's one picture from inside the vault. But
Oh,
there's
yeah, that's
also
really small.
But you can see
I mean, it's deep, but it's small.
he's standing somewhere else and like poking his head around the corner.
Yeah.
So there's more rooms, and then there's
it
like
opens up behind that
there's
wall.
like a desk there in front. So like there's more stuff
Okay.
there that they're taking a picture of.
Okay, so then it could have gone to like a private corner. Maybe she like flashed him a boob and he was like, hamina, hamina, hamina.
And if you look, there's even like another wall behind where he's coming out of the corner. And it looks like you could also walk like this way in the vault.
Yeah.
Like right in front of that desk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of safety deposit boxes.
And half of them have teeth in them.
I hope not. It's
Isn't that what
disgusting.
old people put in safety deposit boxes?
No, they put money in there. And like
Isn't that what the bank
jewelry. I know. They're not supposed to put money in there.
is for?
Where was I?
He
Okay.
came on a tissue.
It was honestly, it was a survival tactic. He was like freaking out. They were scared.
And she's like, I know you're scared. Come for me.
She made out with him. She's like, relieve yourself. Calm down.
It's not what I would have done, but it worked.
Yeah.
I guess he calmed down.
A psychologist who had previously treated Clark came forward to police to assist in the situation. He reported that based on Clark's past, he was gifted and not a threat to any of the hostages.
Huh.
He said,
Gifted in what way?
sexually.
Oh.
I'm just
kidding. Is it a gift or a curse?
He said he trusted Clark to act humanely and would not let harm come to the hostages. Everybody loves Clark.
Everybody loves Clark. They want to suck him off, including the psychiatrist.
Yes. But the psychologist reported to police that the trauma of being trapped in this terrible situation for so long would have dire repercussions to the mental state and the futures of these people, and that it was urgent for the well-being of the hostages for police to resolve the standoff.
Yep.
So police make a plan to drill into the vault, release tear gas to incapacitate Jan and Clark and save the hostages.
How are they going to do that quietly?
Exactly. I said, do you see any problems with this?
Yes. It's going to be very echoey and loud.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, well, we know they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go out the front door.
So this is the end of part 1.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What time are we at?
Like 50 minutes.
Nice, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. So most of my information came from And That's Why We Drink's episode. They also did a 2-parter, and that's right where they cut it off. So it was episode 310 and 311. And I have like the episode URL that we will put in the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
I also referenced a lot from a Beth Collier Substack article and the Wikipedia page on the Norrumstorg robbery, which was the name of like the area.
Yeah. Like the city or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I think they called the bank that the Norrumstorg Bank or something. I don't know.
Or something.
So yeah, check back in next week.
I know, I was about to do it too, and I was like, that's not how we end it. How do we end it? We don't know how to start it, and we don't know how to end it.
All right.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Fearful Friends Podcast. Send your stories to fearfulfriendspodcast@gmail.com.
Bye, friends.
Bye.